Hi, this is my first video in English. I don't speak English very well, but I will try my best. So I just bought some Copics and I want to show you how I color the drawings. I am a huge fan of the Little Mermaid, so I did a drawing with Little Mermaid. I used this uni pen. It's very simple, it's 0.8. I did the entire line art with it, and I will color with some Copics. As I don't have a lot of experience with the markers, first I did some color combinations for my skin tones and for the hair, and some of them I use during the video and I will show you. So I've seen some videos so far, and I've seen people trying to color, coloring everything using just sets of colors. For example, these ones, using sets like this for the entire coloring. I personally like to do the colors a bit more variated, to make the shadows more rich, so I add a kind of purple in this case, and a little bit of greenish blue, because it's the opposite color of the red of the hair. So this and this are the 6 colors I will use for the skin tones. Here you can see the names, but I will put in the description. So other thing that I do differently, I've tried to follow the way that I've seen some tutorials. I color from the darkest color first, and then I color the lightest. And I've seen people doing the opposite. For if you can do as you think is better. For me it works better to start with the darkest color and then the lightest one. So I will start with the darkest. I use what I like in the Copics is this brush tip, because I've tried some other markers and they have a hard bullet tip that's not that comfortable to work. So what made me really in love with the Copics was this brush tip. So I will start to color the dark areas first. I will put a light coming from there, so I will have a nice shadow here in her eyes, and I just do this. I really don't worry if they will dry or if they will not, because I like the marks of the brush. I don't want to blend it until destroy the texture. I don't want it to look as if it was printed. I want to keep the texture of the marker. In some places, of course, I will try to blend a bit more, but in other places I will just try to keep the color of the marker. I don't see any problem on this. So here I put some cheeks. Here is the example of thing that you need to work quickly, because here is an area that I want to have a nice and smooth blend. So I start to blend here and here at the same time, because it can't take too long. And okay, it's blended. Then I can just color the rest, and I like to leave some white areas. I love to work with watercolors, so I try to mimic a bit what I do with the watercolors with the markers. I really don't try to blend it too much, just enough to make it smooth, but keeping the texture of the marker. And this paper that I'm using is a normal paper, like paper that you use to print. I really love papers, but I think Copics are so expensive, and we spend a lot of money to start the collection. You really don't need all the colors that they have. You really, it's better, I think, in my humble opinion, to learn to blend the colors, and so you can build your own colors than to buy the entire set. Last week when I started, I was working with something like, I think 6 copics, 5-6 copics, and it's really is enough to do lots of things. It's easier to work with more colors, but you can achieve very good things with a few copics. So it's really up to you. You need to try and to learn. I'm still learning. As I said, I need the color chart, because I still don't know to blend all these colors. I was working just with the 5 colors, but it's nice to learn. So here, okay, I finished it. So here is the point. I've seen people doing like this. I personally add, this is what I add. I add all the tones to the shadows. So here I put a bit of green, here too, and here. In all the areas where I want contrast. In the lines you can see that I have a thick line, and I will try to answer to these lines with the green, sorry, to build some contrast. And you can go nicely, smoothly. Here I want to open a bit the color. As this color is much lighter than the other ones, what I've seen it happens when you have a lighter color, or like blender, you push the other colors away. So this green is pushing the color away. So it's this for this one, and E093 for the lips here. This tip really allow you to work very precisely. So what I really like it, you can do things very small thing. And with this tip, it's very good. Here, the same thing. Like the inside of an eye is never completely white. So it's reflected the light, so but a very small part of the same skin tone. It's okay. And here you can get this slowly. Okay, so here I will make her eyes. This is the same color that I will use in the hair later. So I just put a bit of this BG10 and the B00, that is one of the lightest blues. And I will enrich a bit these shades with this blue too. Here I can do the same. And I try to come back, the lightest color I'm working is this E00, so I can always use it to warm up these shadows again if I think that they are too cold. Like here, I think they are a bit too cold. I just warm it up a bit, and here I think it's okay. So in this, her. Is the basic. And now I will do the hair. For the hair, the same thing. I will work with this blue for the light. I know that's very strange, but it will work, you see. And I will use these two basic reds for the shades. This I will use as in very few areas, just as a light. And this will be my shadows. And this is a blender, because the blender, the transparent blender, doesn't work really as a blender. So what I discovered is you can take lightest color from the same group that you're working to use it as the color to blend. So here I use this blues. Here. A tip to do the highlights, it works for me and it works for this position of the light that we have here, is to try to apply the highlight to the curves. It will help a lot. So this will be the basic tone I will use for the hair. I really don't like this other tip. I really use just this one. Can start with the small areas and big. You can really work as if you was drawing every single piece of hair, every I don't know how to say it in English, every hair. Don't work I don't like to work on circles or in any other thing that's not the same direction of the hair that I am drawing. So I try, like, you have this curve here, the marker will come and follow the same curve. Here. To this base, there's not really a lot of secret. It's really to keep coloring and coloring and following. I do by sections, as I said, it's easier and you have less risk to make it ugly spots. But it's basically this is really hard, because normally I would change the position of the paper to do this, and I can't change because of the camera, so it's a bit harder. But this basically here I think could have been softer. It's really hard without turning the paper. I try to turn because I'm starting to make some mistakes. As I said, the light's coming up, so this will be the main area, the lightest area. In this hair. paper to let my hand to follow the flow. So I can make the curves without a lot of effort. Back again. And this is a very basic drawing. I did it with lines, how to say, black lines that are a bit harsh, but you could do it with colored pencils to make it lighter, or another color of pen, or even markers, brown markers. I think it would be very beautiful. Now I'll use this other one, the Air R46, to the shades. As these colors are very similar, it will just enhance the as I said, I will use the epsilon R to blend. A bit. And then covering this red, the darkest red again. Because it's a bit pink, this red, and I want something more orange. In the end, I will fill some of this